Let's go. Start the show. G'day trendsetters, welcome to episode 152 of the Transmove podcast. My name is Tim Egg, and if you have any questions you'd like answered on the show, jump on through to the website transmove.com, fill in the little info, and we'll get it going. I do like your questions. So today's question comes from Bob. Bob's a great Australian name, and so for the people who have no idea what Bob's short for, Bob is short for Robert. So if you have a mate called Rob, you go, "G'day, Bob." Greater name. When do you need to take a rest day, and when do you need to take it easy? So we'll start off with the rest days first. Rest days, so I'll back it up even more. So when you're creating your program, you've heard me say in a few different episodes now, you write down Monday to Sunday, you write down all your available training hours, and in there you pencil in what you can do. So let's say you've got your whole program all set. Let's say you do a 4-week training block, just in pencil, and you can change it as you're going. So, but just so you have that mud map of what you think the next 4 weeks looks like. In that, I'd pencil 0 rest days, none at all. But I would really listen to your body to see what it's telling you. And I'll come back to that in a second. But I would also let life circumstances dictate when to take a rest day. So, and this is how I generally do it. So I'll fill up 4 weeks worth of training. I'll structure it all looking nicely. It will sometimes change during the 4 weeks if needed. But if all of a sudden I had a run to do today, but I can't get to it because I've got to go to the kids' assembly at school because my daughter's holding up a card for 2 seconds of the show, but I've still got to be there and fly the flag and say, "Oh, you did very well, darling." And I can't get out to train. That then becomes a rest day. Nice and easy. I find that when you pencil in a rest day, you take your rest day. Now, a lot of people will take that Monday off, and they go, "Oh yeah, I had a good solid week. I'll take Monday off." And they get to Wednesday, and all of a sudden life circumstances pops up, and all of a sudden you've got 2 days off during the week, and now your training load decreases through the week. And then, so I'm not a big fan of penciling in rest days. I think you need to earn rest days. However, I do have 2 athletes that have rest days, both for various reasons. And I like to try and push them closer to the end of the week. Friday, if you need to pencil in a rest day because of, life, work, family, whatever, and you've got no choice, you really need that day, try and make it a Friday. Now, the reason for that is, let's say Tuesday comes along and you're forced to take a rest day Tuesday because of, whatever. You've still got Friday up your sleeve to play catch-up. And I'm not a big fan of that word, playing catch-up, but you've got Friday up your sleeve to change your program around so you can use that day. Generally, Saturday and Sunday, for most people, they have the weekends. They get those days off, so they're able to that's when they're doing their long rides and long runs and stuff. But so Friday's that nice little magic one. But so when to take a rest? So we're talking about rest days. So let's say you go out for you're supposed to be doing a 10k run. So you go out, you're tired, you're feeling buggered, but you think, "Oh, I'll at least do the warm up." So you do the warm up. You think, "Oh, I'm tired. I'm going to cut the intensity out, but I'm going to keep the volume." So you go out. You do your warm-up, you think, "Oh man, I'm still buggered. Right, let's call it quits. Let's have the rest day off." So you've just made that the rest day. 10 minutes of warm-up or so, that's nothing. When to take it easy? Well, you can... There's 2 ways of doing this. The first one is how I just said it. So you're feeling tired, you're sore, you're not feeling good at all, but you have a 1-hour wind trainer session, indoors cycling session to do. And it's VO2 max, it's work. But you're buggered. So you might as well keep the volume, but just do it easy. Just spin the legs. If you're feeling really tired, the rule of thumb is whatever gear you think you need, go one easier and just spin the legs over. You're probably going to recover faster than just not doing it all. If you get on there or you just whatever, you can't, but then that calling that a rest day. There's that way of doing it, or you're looking for trends, you're looking for patterns. And if you're keeping your training logs, they're easy to locate, they're easy to find, and you can guess. Like, let's say you're doing hill repeats on a Tuesday, and then you're doing a gym strength session that night, and then the day before you were doing a long bike ride, for instance, and so it's all starting to build up. You can predict after all that you're going to need an easy day because your legs are going to be cooked. So you've got to work out now, how am I going to handle this easy day? Am I just going to do an easy spin on the bike, or am I just going to do a swim with no impact on the legs at all? So maybe you even swim with a pull buoy, so you're giving your legs a complete day off. So quite often, some athletes make fun of me on this, that while I'll fill up their entire program full of sessions, like with no rest days, for the most part, I'll make Monday. Monday's pretty well an easy rest day because it's only a swim, for instance. They won't be doing any cycling, they won't be doing any running, and depends what they've done. It'll be pretty well a day off from impact, so it'll be more of an aerobic swim session. So let's just say I'll give them, 800 meter sets, for instance, just a nice 4K swim for the Ironman athletes. Which the guy, if you guys that are doing sprint, you're going, oh God, it's an easy day. But if your legs are a bit cooked, you stick a pull buoy on and just put those miles in. Your legs get the day off, bit of recovery, you're fighting fit the next day. So that's another way of doing it. Also, if you're doing 2 sessions a day, so for instance, you're training in the morning, training at night, you're feeling cooked, you think, well, sometimes just by taking half a day off, that's all you need sometimes as well. So it's just a matter of, definitely keep a training log. Me personally, I play around with a few, but I use a written one, a diary, because I just think, one day I'll want to show some grandkids how stupid I was. And then the one that I use properly to analyse everything, I use Final Surge. I do play around a fair bit, more and more these days, with today's plan, and I do have a Training Peaks account which I play around with, but it's just more because I coach. I just want to stay up with everything, so that's the reason for that. But but my main one is Final Surge, and in that it has sections where how do you feel, good, poor, whatever, and it gives you a lot of things. So at a glance, you look at it at a glance, you can see a pattern. You dive into it a little bit further, and you can start seeing more patterns and how the athlete's going to handle certain stresses throughout the week, throughout the block, and also. So I'd be definitely keeping a training log, and the past your past will dictate your future with these training logs. So as long as you're accurate with it, and you keep looking back, there's no point in keeping a training log. Even if you're not going to look back, keep a training log, because one day you will hopefully you'll look back and go, oh, look at that. Maybe if I do this different, I did this last year and I thought it worked, but looking at this, no, it didn't work, and so you can change things. So, hope that helps. If you guys have any other questions, send me an email, tim@trainsmooth.com. Till tomorrow, hooroo. See ya.